time, weather, and highways.
It's time for an episode of the Backpage,
a weekly podcast where you'll hear from your hosts,
Lloyd, Kent, and Haley,
as they cover their favorite hot topics in the greater Colusa County area.
Heck,
You might even hear an opinion or two.
now
it is now time
It's now time
for the Backpage.
For the Backpage.
it's time for the Backpage. Can you believe Thanksgiving is just a few days away?
I know.
It's like, what the
Just
heck
means
is
the
going
year is
on?
going to be over soon.
Dude, I was getting into that. You cut it off way too soon.
I know. You have to hear it at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My stretchy pants are out.
What?
I'm ready.
This is Lloyd here on the Backpage, and I'm joined with my co-host Ken Bose
What's going on, everybody?
and Haley Apiceo.
Hello, hello.
And on this week's show, we have Jim Saso, the Chief of Police for the City of Williams.
Oh, yeah.
Was that the right button or the wrong button? Was that a finger slip?
I didn't get that last night at the city council meeting.
I meant to hit the applause.
Sure.
Sure you did. They're not even next to each
yeah,
other.
they are.
Are they? Oh, I guess they are. All right.
And
You're off the hook on that one.
And we also have Cathy Garcia, a volunteer for the Colusa County Volunteer Citizens Unit.
Good evening.
Oh, sorry.
There's the applause button.
And Danielle Hendricks, our jubilant gravedigger from the Colusa Cemetery.
Hello, Colusa.
She got the air horn.
I gave you guys all three different sounds.
I think I get it all the time.
The air horn?
Yeah,
It's kind of our favorite
Yeah.
sound here.
I do. I like it.
So, how was everybody's week?
It was all right.
It needs to rain.
It's winding down.
Yeah.
What did I don't even know what I did this week. I was so busy, I forgot everything I did.
I'm just can't believe Thanksgiving's next week, short week next week. It's going to be a fun one. But since we have such a big show, we're going to go ahead and get into it. So this week in the headlines, actually wasn't in the headlines this week, but have y'all heard of the new ABC song? It is like making headlines across nation of this
Like
new.
the alphabet song?
Yes.
Yes, I heard that.
It's
If you
because of the
haven't-
LMNOP, right?
LMNOP.
LMNOP.
What?
So.
This is the first I'm hearing about
This is the first, so here you go.
Is this?
Right, let's go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Why are we doing this?
I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. All right.
Doesn't that just like totally mess with your brain?
Yes, I thought I
Is this
totally
is it-
lost alphabet.
I'm angry.
This is a thing.
This is totally a thing. This is a new alphabet that I guess somewhere
It's been
back
out for like a
east,
month.
What was
Yeah.
wrong with the alphabet we had?
too many kids have been deciding that LMNOP is an actual letter, which I don't believe that.
I don't believe that. I don't buy that for a minute.
But
Well, don't they see
They
it?
already
Don't
took
they,
away
aren't
cursive.
they learning
you would
to
think,
read the letters?
You would
to look at
think.
the letters and recognize them?
It's just somebody's had to put their doctorate to use, and
Dumbing
Yeah.
down of America.
I guess at it.
Yeah, I get it. It's been like
Also,
making,
the LMNOP has inspired multiple things. Like, isn't there a shoe company called Elemento or a clothing company?
Something like
Probably.
that.
Yeah. Like,
Hmm.
I don't know.
Infringement. Copyright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would sue if I was them. You heard it here
you're
first.
ruining the alphabet. It's like, could you imagine, getting pulled over and asked for the alphabet and you start singing that?
Oh
They're going to
my
go,
Yeah, you're gone.
you're going in. Sorry.
You are clearly drunk.
That'll be
Definitely
introduced
work
as
in your
evidence
favor.
later.
You don't like the guy. That was the wrong alphabet.
Say the alphabet backwards.
So do they say LMNOP?
Yes.
No, they
Because
say
that's where it lost me, and I was like, wait, we're like, this is not the
LMNOP.
I'll
alphabet.
subject you again.
No, don't. Oh, God.
Let's go.
Not to sing.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q,
This is dumb.
Totally.
I don't like it. That's enough of that, Lloyd.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's. I've been seeing it all over the news and Good Day Sacramento and all those other ones we're doing.
Can't
And everybody
happen.
was like going, no, seriously, just stop it.
Do they? I still. Don't play it again.
No,
Because I'm over it.
And you know what? Us talking about it just lends legitimacy to lunacy. So I think we should just stop talking about it altogether and not even acknowledge its existence.
Fine, but I don't like it. So
Just move on.
no.
Okay.
I just had to subject you all to that.
Thanks, Lloyd.
After last week, I had to do that. So
Well, it's like when I
clearly
was
don't
in
have
school,
children.
We called it kindergarten.
Mhm.
And I said that to a friend of mine. She starts laughing at me. It's kindergarten.
You just say it's my accent. I can't help it. I'm sorry.
And when did they change it?
I'm sorry. I'm from Australia.
oh, well, let's get into the weekly headlines.
Okay, two things first before we get into it.
Sure.
One, I wanted to bring your attention to the fact that last week's episode, we played the weekend happenings bit before we did headlines.
Did we?
Yeah.
Hey, I had a migraine last week.
And
did?
that was my second point, was I was say, you know what, after listening to it, I'm petitioning that you go onto the website and change the title of the episode to Lloyd Has a Headache. Because you must have said it, 6, 7, 8 times?
Probably. I
I
was
did- I
hoping to speed everything
Didn't
along.
notice while we were in here recording, but as I was listening, I was like, there he is again, talking about his headache. So you need to change the title of that episode, and also maybe re-edit that headlines blurb there,
That's fine.
or just leave it,
It
or
is
just
what it
leave
is.
it.
We'll just leave it.
It'll be one of those Easter eggs.
yeah.
20
See
years
if
from now.
anyone
when-
actually paid attention
I
last
didn't pay
week.
attention.
It'll be like,
Because you're the first one to bring that up.
it'll be
and-
on Jeopardy or something like, what episode
Yeah.
of the podcast,
Or-
the Backpage, did they accidentally play the wrong?
Or on, was it like the old Jay Leno, but Jay Leno doesn't anymore. Jimmy Kimmel, right? The
Sure.
late night show
I guess.
where they used to play random stuff that was printed wrong in newspapers on radio stations and whatnot.
Oh, and they do
Oh.
the funny headlines.
Funny headlines. Maybe
Where-
we'll make that bit
Where
someday.
a comma would
It's a
have
Jimmy Kimmel
made
thing.
it sound so much better.
Fun fact though,
was
Colusa
Letterman,
County
right?
actually made it on the show once for a telephone book listing.
Oh.
Ooh.
Really?
Camel towing.
That's awesome.
Hey,
That's
isn't that truck
great.
still around? Isn't
It's
it
still
yeah,
around.
it's
They're
still
here?
in
Yeah,
service.
it's like that
That's super
First
awesome.
and Clay or something over there.
Yeah, they have like a big old trailer.
I thought
Yeah,
it
they
was
do
a
like
joke, and then I remember driving by and seeing the truck, and I was like, Lord have mercy.
And now,
The annual craft fair was held this last weekend. Did anybody go? Anybody?
We went.
I
Kent
went.
and I.
You guys have a
I
good
was
time?
dragged there.
Oh, you had a blast, Kent.
Did you take the pup?
Oh, I had a great time. Yeah. I
Har-
didn't buy anything.
Did Harvey go?
No,
No.
Harvey didn't go. She doesn't let him go anywhere.
I don't know.
She
if
doesn't let him
he
have
could
any
go
fun.
to the craft fair, could he?
Oh, he would have a great picture with Santa.
We couldn't even find
I
Santa.
could not find Santa until later.
This guy, he looks like he was on point. Real beard and
I
everything.
saw some people's pictures and it looked like
Oh, the Santa? Yeah.
this little
If
scene
of course
they
there's any
had.
children listening, that is really Santa.
Yeah.
Is it Santa or is it one of his helpers? That's what I was told a long time ago when I was growing up, was that obviously Santa couldn't be everywhere, but he's got lots of helpers that dress up as him and get the information back to him.
Oh.
So,
Well, I'm
Santa
going to say it
Jr.
was
Good
the
to
real
know.
Santa.
It was the real Santa. I
Right.
sat on his lap.
It was the real Santa.
Oh.
Yes.
Did you buy anything at the craft fair?
Yes, I did. I bought a lot of fudge. And I bought a cornhole board.
Oh, we saw those. Did you go to the craft fair?
Oh, pepper jelly.
Pepper jelly
That's about it.
Yep.
And
from Polly
yes.
and crew.
Yes.
Mhm.
Oh, I bought some of that too.
Yes.
Yeah,
Forgot
that
about
pepper
that.
jelly is really good. Put that on like a Granzella Superbird. Oh, it is the
Ooh.
bomb.
With some cream cheese.
You just say the bomb.
The bomb. The county is looking into providing a service called 211. Looks like they are planning to implement the 211 program, which is it gives access to service agency phone numbers in Colusa County, including mental health and various other departments in the county, like children's services and whatnot. It's not an emergency number, it's basically an information source for residents to obtain access to these services.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
It'll take a huge load off of 911.
Absolutely.
You know, when we have like flood disasters and stuff, and people want to know where different places are set up or where they can put their horses for the time being or whatever the case.
They receive a tremendous amount of calls that are just
instead of calling
what's
dispatch,
basic information.
Exactly. They can call 211.
It's amazing that the dispatchers there, that not only are they dispatching, but they're also playing a part of the county's answering service, you might as well say, for the sheriff's office. And it's, I think, like you said, this is definitely going to be a weight off their shoulders. But
yeah, dispatchers, they're incredibly busy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just, to know what they do in that room. I mean, managing phone calls, you know, they assist with the jail.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
And
yeah, they have to open all the doors and everything, right?
They open, they have a control panel inside the dispatch center. And I know a couple weeks ago, Mike Bradwell talked about it, but it can't be stated enough how hard those people work in there. Oh, actually, all of them. I mean, all public safety too, the jail too. They're incredibly busy.
And we talked about it in depth last week, but the county is still working on the ambulance issue, and we briefly talked about the city of Colusa converting one of their rigs into a transportation.
I actually went by and saw it today. It's a pretty cool little deal, the way they've got it outfitted, and it's this close to being ready for service. But it's pretty sweet. Yeah. I can't wait to see them using it and see how well it gets used, and it's a pretty neat little deal.
Yeah, definitely going to put a light and a load for the actual ambulance. So
they got their own stretcher that folds into a chair so that you can just walk over and sit in it, and then they lift it up and it folds. And it's really cool. It's really cool.
You know who else has a pretty cool van? Good Bose.
we could outfit that guy up.
I'm sure it saved a life or two.
Soldiers of fortune.
And several weeks ago, we talked about the Olam processing plant here in Colusa County, or there in Williams, specifically, is closing at the end of the year, or they start laying off at the end of the year. But Colusa County One Stop is providing information and services for those who are affected by the closure. So I wanted to give a shout out and say, if you are one of those people, stop by the Colusa County One Stop there at 146 Market Street.
Or if you know somebody.
Pass along the information.
Have they said how many jobs they're losing there?
I've heard different numbers.
Yeah, I've heard 250. I've heard 7 something.
Yeah.
But I think that 700 number includes everybody down in the Woodland area too.
Yeah. There's 2 plants that are closing, and I believe they
that are collectively the Williams plant, quote
plant.
unquote. But I believe up here it's to the tune of like 250 somewhere in there.
Let's see here.
So Williams is losing a school board member?
Mariah Stutz, she has resigned off of the school board. She was recently elected, and she resigned for personal and work reasons. And so they are looking to fill the position.
So go help the children, people.
They're the pet of the week this week. They're on page 10, Yoshi. I mean, if you're looking for a puppy to adopt, I mean, that one is probably the most...
You're not supposed to give it a shout out because I kind of like the dog.
Well,
you're not going to go get it.
I should have.
Is it gone already?
It's probably gone.
It's probably gone. It has to be. I mean...
That is the cutest picture.
So it prefers
It
to be
has its
held. Is that one
paws
of those dogs
crossed.
that you have to like
Get a purse for
put in your purse?
It might.
This time of year, stuff it underneath your jacket wherever
Get
you
a
go.
little sweater.
Just see its little nose stick out.
I want to sit like that all the time. Be like, here I am.
One of those dog backpacks or whatever that they can look out.
A baby Bjorn for your dog? A doggy Bjorn?
Mm-hmm.
Would you pack it around like that?
Probably not. But it's cute.
Look at those eyes.
It's a Christmas idea. You know what I mean?
Get her a doggy Bjorn? Or a baby Bjorn?
Get her Yoshi.
Get her a Yoshi?
Get her Yoshi.
I don't know.
Those are delicious.
I've been trying to get another
at
dog
Riverbank.
for the last 2 years, and she keeps telling me no. So
I know. I thought you guys were going to get one at the...
I wanted to.
what was that thing over there that they had at the park?
Puptoberfest?
Puptoberfest.
I like that pit bull. I wanted to get that pit bull.
Oh,
But
those dogs are adorable.
Yeah.
That little dogs just don't do it for me.
here's the thing,
you
though,
know?
and if Haley didn't do it, she did, and keep me in check, like we'd be in trouble because every time I see like a dog in the paper, or we go to one of those events and it's like a shelter dog or whatever, I just want to save them all.
Does that
Like, I'm
Miss
pretty
Sarah,
sure-
Sarah McLaughlin, whatever commercial
Yeah.
comes to the back of your head and you're just like tears start rolling down your face? Oh.
Where can I send it? How much can I send? Each day? It's only 31
Here,
cents.
take my card.
Well, my question is, why does it cost more to to support the dog on those programs, but yet it's only like 20 cents a day or 10 cents a day for a child?
You know,
I never thought of that.
It's like 25 cents a day for a dog, but 10 or 15 cents for a child. It's like,
switch
Doesn't
up the
make sense.
diet.
That's a good question.
doesn't make a sense. Oh, but
Maybe because dogs have stricter diets. Rice is pretty cheap, but maybe dogs can't eat rice. I don't know.
I don't know.
I
All
just
know is
rescued
if I had
2
my
cats.
way, we'd have like 20 or 30 animals at our house. So it's a good thing Haley tells me no.
That is good.
Yeah, I think Harvey needs to just live his best life being the only dog.
But I think he needs a friend. I
But
think
he
he's
doesn't
lonely.
play.
And maybe he
doesn't
would.
he doesn't play with my brother's dog.
Well, your
He just-
brother's dog's annoying.
Chloe likes it. We better take that back.
Okay. I love Chloe, but Chloe can get, after a while, it's like, okay, calm down, dog. We're done. Like, we had our playtime. Go lay down somewhere.
Harvey likes to sleep and do nothing. So let him
Well, he
just
protects your house.
Let him be King Harvey.
Have you met my dog? He does no such thing.
He doesn't even get up.
If you gave him
Get
a treat, he'd help you carry the TV out.
probably. But I do know of an organization that will help you protect your house this holiday season.
What?
Yeah.
I think she's sitting right here.
She's sitting right
He
here.
set up a nice little segue, didn't he?
I did.
I like it. I wasn't sure where you're
It
going.
was like he was planning that
Reeled
the
me
whole
in.
time.
The Colusa County Volunteer Citizens Unit. If anyone doesn't know, they are a great organization that is staffed by volunteers. But one of the great things that they do is if you're going on vacation, you can call and let them know, and they'll keep a watch out on your house.
So house sit for you?
They will. No,
Kind
not
of.
really.
House sit, cleaning service, everything? Or
No. No. If you'd like for when you go on vacation or out of town, you'd like for your house to be checked. We do it 2 times a day, once in the morning, once in the afternoon. And we walk around, check doors. We don't feed animals. We don't trim, pull weeds or anything. We just walk around and
you
make
check the
sure-
mail?
No.
No, checking the mail.
No.
If I leave you a key.
No.
Will you put the trash cans down and up?
Nope.
What if newspapers are piling up in my driveway? Will you like hide them
We
somewhere?
hide 'em.
Okay.
Yes. Then
I'm trying to think of the things that trigger people. Like if you have a mailbox in front of your house and it's just stuffed with mail, obviously no one's there, right? That's why I asked about
They would
checking the
probably
mail.
call the post office for you.
no, they
Oh.
they give us a form, or we give them a form, and they fill it out, and they have an emergency call person, a neighbor, or a family member, and we would call them and say, hey, you need to check the mail. It's kind of filling up a little bit. If there's newspapers laying around, we'll either dump them in the backyard or hide them behind a plant. Sometimes I take them home in a bag, and when I know the people are coming back, the day they're supposed to be back, I'll put it on their porch that morning or that evening. We have a clipboard. We have to be in full uniform and have a vehicle with us, and we walk around checking doors, like I said, and making sure everything's the way it was the day before, the morning before. And somebody will do it in the mornings, and a different person will do it in the afternoon. And we write down everything that we noticed and observed. And one time I had a gentleman pull into when I was leaving, and he says, are these people on vacation? I'm thinking,
Oops.
no. He goes, well,
No, I'm delivering a citation for an illegally parked car.
he
If you
says,
still
"What are
remain
you
parked there,
doing
sir,
here?"
you'll get one too.
I says, oh, I'm just kind of cruising around. And I said, I saw a pretty plant, so I'm checking it out. Then the guy tells me he was the neighbor, and he didn't see the car and was wondering what I was doing. So the neighbors are also watching.
He
That's
was doing the
Colusa.
same thing you were doing,
Yes. But when he pulled in, I'm thinking, what are you doing here?
right?
I'm by myself. I'm scared.
But you know, the great thing about the Citizens Volunteer Unit is also like for the city of Williams, and the city of Colusa is they'll come out and they take our radar trailers out daily and deploy them. And they
The fingerprinting.
they do the fingerprinting.
Yeah.
too.
Every
They've done mine.
Tuesday.
You guys work. You provide extra security and traffic control for the parades.
We do that. We're doing the flu clinic we did a couple of weeks ago, and we just direct traffic, bring the cars in and show them which lane to go in, and try to hope nobody gets run over because you hand them a piece of paper they have to read. And you don't think about it, they're trying to read and drive. So you have to tell them, read
property.
when you stop.
It's fine. It's fine.
But no, we do that every year. And then coming up is the downtown Christmas, and we block streets off and help with that. And then we have the food basket giveaway that's going to be December 13th this year. And I believe it starts at 10:30 or 11. And it's going to go very fast this year because I learned last year a way to get cars moving through quickly. We usually do 2 lines. This year we're going to do 4 lines.
Oh, there
so
you
it
go.
will move very fast. We'll be out of there before noon.
Right on.
That's great.
How many volunteers do you guys have?
At the present, we have 11.
That many? I didn't realize there was that many.
Well, you don't see a lot of us
I
around.
usually only see like the same 5 or 6, but
Yes, because some people work in the office. One lady works in the courthouse. 2 of us used to work in the records department, but none of us, we're not working in records right now. We should be, but one lady had surgery and I'm taking care of my mother, so we're not in there. We will be back in there, but if we got more volunteers, we could train them to work in there.
You can come to the Williams Police Department. We can always use you.
In Williams Police Department, we had been going over there doing quite a bit.
Yeah. Faye was there.
Yes. And we just wherever we're needed, we try to help out. And it's all volunteer. We do get a few donations. When we do the, what do you call it, vacation checks, that's if you want to make a donation to us, we accept donations that way. But we don't really do fundraisers. I'm going to try to put on a golf tournament, but we need more people to help out with that.
And what are the requirements for someone wanting to maybe become a volunteer citizen unit?
You have to be a U.S. citizen. You have to be 21. No, you don't. You have to be 18. You have to be of good moral character, have a police record clear of felony convictions, and have a good credit standing.
Man.
good credit.
I don't understand that one.
That's weird.
But
Well, that's just, if you're going to somebody's house, and you're doing those vacation checks, you don't want somebody
Who's down?
has the opportunity
A lot of
to-
debt.
that
right.
makes sense.
So, I
That
mean,
makes
I didn't think
that makes
of
very
that.
good sense.
And then you have to have a valid California ID card or driver's license, and you have to take a driving test. And you definitely have to take a in-car driving test, and you might have to take a written test.
I was qualified until you said driving test.
It's
I can vouch for
really
that.
easy.
Do you know what year they started that? Was it like 96,
I believe it was
97?
1996. Juanita Roberts was the very first volunteer.
Oh.
So I was at the sheriff's office when they started that, and I mean there was a number, and I can't remember what the number was last couple of years, but how many volunteer hours they put out?
Oh, I've seen that.
It's
number.
like 100,000.
Yeah,
It's
huge.
It's crazy.
That's awesome.
Yeah, over the 20 plus years of just volunteers
Wow.
from the community doing different events and just giving back to their community, asking for nothing. It's pretty great.
And you guys are a volunteer, so no one is getting paid.
Nobody gets paid.
And so you guys are doing this out of, I don't want to say the kindness of your heart, but you have to. Because checking on people's homes and working out in the jails and doing those types of things.
Going
That's
through all
pretty
those
amazing.
background checks.
Yeah.
You actually have to go through a complete background check as if you were going to be a full-fledged officer.
Wow.
And paperwork thick like that. And that sometimes turns people away. But, you get it done. And then there's kind of feeling of pride that, wow, I qualified to do this and I'm doing something for my community.
Yeah.
That's good.
So I enjoy it, and the people are just outstanding that I get to work with.
And how long have you been a volunteer? I
have been a volunteer for 3.5 years. And I have no law enforcement in my family at all. I like being around people and helping people.
You said you had to be 18 to do it. Do you find that younger folks typically do it, or is it more like a retirement kind of? It's a retirement. I don't want to sit at home and be bored all day. I want to go do something constructive for the community.
Yes, and we look for retired people because young people have families, they have jobs, and your family always comes first, of course. And with older retired people, we're sitting around doing nothing. And not really, but golfing. Yeah. Someone will call and say, hey, can you, we take dead animals up to Chico to be checked, and they need someone to take a vehicle and the animal up there, and they don't, you're not, that's my job. No, they'll call and say, hey, are you available? And for the most part, there's 3 or 4 of us that can do that. Mm-hmm. Some of us don't want to drive the cars that far out of town. It's kind of intimidating to be in, it's not a police car, but it's still
a marked unit though. It's got the lights unit. On it. It's got, the overhead lights.
Yes.
And it's got markings on it, and you've driven past it, or you see it coming at you the opposite direction. Mm-hmm. You think, you're going to tap the brakes a little bit because you think
it's a ground thing.
It does look like a cop car.
Yes. Yeah. I mean, I would drive it.
It's all yellow. It's all amber, isn't it?
Oh,
Didn't they take out the reds and blues?
Yes.
Yeah. Have you tried to see how fast it can go?
Only once.
Do a little road test?
Well.
Okay, you're not going to worry.
I put my foot into it by accident, and boy, did it take off.
Accident.
Pulled over, hide behind a tree. Really.
Well, I know one. I
got 4.6 to overhead.
How to operate? I mean, when putting out our radar trailer every day, and Joe Bousset and Judy, and I mean, they're super active, and they live in Williams, and without them, some of those things aren't getting done. And then, even at the sheriff's office, the volunteers that are there daily, they're checking on vehicles to make sure, because they just don't have the staff to run cars up to get serviced or get whatever they need done. Right. So they're very active in that.
Our president right now is Ron Hamilton, and Ron Hamilton is just a godsend. Yeah. That man is there 7 days a week.
Yes, it was Joe and Ron I used to see all the time. Yes. They used to bring so many cars in.
Joe was my very first sergeant when I was at the
I didn't know Joe was used to be a sheriff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And we're going to
Joe's a funny guy.
Joe.
I like Joe. You're losing Joe?
Joe's going to
retire for a second time.
In April, when we switch over, we get new officers, and he's going to resign. And that'll be sad. Judy's staying with us, but Joe's going to leave.
But he's done it for,
he started it.
Since he retired.
I think he's the one
about
that
2000.
It. Yes.
He's been doing it. So that's another 20 years that he's been after it. So it's pretty good stuff.
For volunteering, is it Saturday and Sunday as well, or Monday through Friday?
It's
just whenever.
7 days a week. You don't have to do 7 days a week. They request that you do 16 hours a month.
Well, that's nothing.
That's nothing at all. And right now I'm doing the minimum. I was doing everything I could because I'm greedy. No, I just like doing that kind of stuff. But I was working in the sheriff's office, and I was working in the courtroom. I was doing the parades. I was running things up to Chico, and right now I do the bare minimum because I'm taking care of an elderly mother, and I feel guilty because I can't do what I used to do, but I'm busy. So, but I'll get back to that someday soon. Well,
so Jim and Kath, because Jim, you have you said had a little bit of experience with it. Would you say that the volunteer program, would it be a great opportunity for someone who's looking to get into law enforcement, who might want to get their feet wet?
Sure. I mean, you're around the office, you're meeting people, and you're seeing what kind of the day-to-day operations are. You're seeing you're seeing the operations part of different things, not necessarily going on patrol, but you can go on ride-alongs, I'm sure. It's just historically hard to get younger people
Yeah, I was saying
For
that'd be
whatever
kind of a selling point maybe for someone who's 18 looking to going to college, getting their GED or something, and has a couple hours on the weekends or whatnot. They could help.
Yeah.
You
If
guys
you're
still
helping the
here?
community, it looks wonderful on a resume.
Are you guys still doing the cadet program?
No.
Because I used to
We've
do
had
that,
some
right?
discussion about restarting it, but it hasn't been around for a couple of years. It was through the Boy Scouts of America in Yuba City, and that chapter closed down. So it's kind of difficult to
Yeah.
you have to keep interest,
Mm-hmm.
get it and keep that momentum high. And it's sometimes that's a little challenging. And then, we face the same staff turnovers. And so, sometimes people get people that they really like, an officer, and that's somebody they want to really work for or volunteer for and do those things. And then some people just fall off. So, but right now there's not a Explorer unit or cadet unit in the county.
So Kathy, do you have any other points that you want to share about?
I'd like to say that we meet the second Tuesday at 11:30 every month, and we meet at the volunteer office on Bridge Street. We have a president, a secretary, a treasurer, and our meetings are an hour, but we try to keep them less than that. We welcome anybody to come down and sit in and see what we do. You don't have to join to observe what we're doing. And we just welcome anybody that's interested in finding out what we do, how we do it. And this is just a little bit of stuff that we do. There's a variety of things that we do for the community. And it's just a great group of people that just want to help out the community. And we work in Arbuckle, Williams, Maxwell, Princeton, Colusa, Stony Ford, Grimes. Thank you. I forgot those. And, we get called up to Stony Ford to do a parade up there. And that's quite a jaunt, but it's fun. And I don't think there's anybody that's in our unit that does not enjoy what they do, or they wouldn't be doing it.
Well, let me be the first to ask you, will you guys work at the upcoming Festival of Lights parade in the event that was just approved by the Williams City Council last night?
Yes.
Okay. You heard it here first.
That's it.
Right on.
Yes, we already had a sign-up sheet go around just in case they did approve it.
Okay. Good.
So if somebody wants to join and be part of the volunteers, do they go to the volunteer office? Do they go to the sheriff's office? How do they apply?
You can go to any volunteer and talk to them, and they can get you an application. Mm-hmm. Or you can go to the sheriff's department and get an application. You fill it out completely and you turn it in, and then it's gone through a process to where you have to be what's it called? They make sure that
Just go through a background
check. Thank you.
You vetted.
And
Vetted.
yes, and it takes a little bit of time because they do a pretty good check on you. And the thing that we do that I'm really proud of is we work with Leanne Knutson on the DARE program. She works with fifth graders, I believe it is, and she's put hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands of kids
at least
through this DARE program. And then when they're done, we give them punch and cookies.
you just did that. We just had
My
that
son loves
a couple
her.
weeks ago.
Yeah,
Yes.
my oldest son loves her.
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
Leanne's
a
great.
great lady. But yes, if anybody's interested, any volunteer can get an application for you, or go to the sheriff's department and get the application. We would love to have as many people as we can get. And your age, it doesn't matter if you're 55 or 93. We take older people. We take young retired people. The older people seem to do a lot more than the younger people, and you learn from the older people. That's what I like.
I can't think of who's the. She does fingerprints. She drives from Stony Ford every day or every week.
I think her name is Jean Bailey.
Jean, that's right. Yeah,
She has a
but she
little-
drives from
little
Stony Ford
volunteer.
down.
She's done mine.
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
she's amazing.
She's a really short one.
Yes.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say that.
She'll
Yeah,
grab your
I wanna
finger.
just quit my job and go be a volunteer.
We have bills to pay. You can't.
Not yet.
If you want to go work weekends over there, that's fine.
And then if someone's going on vacation and wants to utilize the volunteers citizen unit, they call the sheriff's office and let them know.
They call the sheriff's office, and there's a form. I think the dispatchers fill it out, and then they get it to us. And there's, depending on where the volunteer lives, like I live on the north side of town, so I would take care of stuff on from the middle of Colusa to the north out to Princeton. And then there's people that are up in Maxwell that would do Maxwell, and people over in Williams. And we had people in Arbuckle, but we lost those people. So we need more people from Arbuckle.
You hear that, Arbuckle people? Join up.
And Arbuckle's a wonderful city, and we just need a lot of help.
Merced's retired, right?
From the sheriff's office?
Yeah.
Yes.
See, he could do it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if he could put any more on his plate. If he could do it, then you could do it.
That's
right.
$16
I
a
could.
month. That's all we ask.
16 hours, Ken.
I'd have to quit the fire department, though, I think.
Well, thank you, Cathy, and thank you to everyone who volunteers with the Volunteer Citizens Unit here in Colusa County. And you guys do a great job. The Williams Community Church is bringing back, I guess you can say, or reviving the Festival of Lights. And that is going to be held on Saturday,
December 14th, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. downtown Williams.
That's pretty
Parade
cool.
and stroll.
Parade and
stroll.
Mm-hmm.
What's the stroll? Oh, the vendor
The
part.
vendors,
Yeah.
Tamales.
They've got
Ooh.
I got the list. I got some insider info.
No.
Tacos.
The list of supposed vendors that are already confirmed. They have a goal of 20, but right now it's 7.
It's
Sauced
early.
Food Truck,
Mm.
All right.
Girl Scouts, Williams 4-H, Sensi, Olga Olalde, J&M Herbals, and the Williams Community Center Association are so far the confirmed vendors.
Well,
So-
that's a good start.
It's not a bad
I'm
start.
assuming if you want to be a vendor, you contact the community
The Williams
church.
Community Church, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
I know there's a lot on Facebook, so
Oh, they have
you
a theme.
Find them.
Oh,
It's
they came up with a theme?
They did. You know what the theme is?
Ooh.
a starry night.
A starry night. And the tagline is, Together we shine bright. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's
like
so cute.
Well, you know, at the city council meeting last night, they did have quite a bit of support. Jason brought a lot of people with him last night.
Yeah, there
Yes.
were a lot of
Yeah.
people there.
Because there was nowhere to sit.
Wow.
We had to
Ooh.
wait.
Standing
Packed
room.
We had to
house.
wait till they
It was a
left.
packed house.
It was.
Actually, I
was.
take that back. Haley went in and took Jason's seat while he was talking.
Yeah.
He came up, looked at her like, what the hell?
Move it over, lady.
I'm going to grab my coat and leave.
Well, no, it was an open seat. His stuff was on this side and this side. I didn't realize he sat in the middle.
And
I was
so
laughing.
they're going
I
to
saw
bring back the big tree, I heard, or
That's, yeah.
A lot of trees.
a lot of trees.
No,
A lot of big trees?
One tree?
They're only one tree.
Oh.
City council approved them to explore bringing a tree down with some volunteers. But if it doesn't work, then they're gonna go
Assuming
back
they
to
can find one.
back to the 20 trees that they have.
As far as
I
I
feel
know,
bad because I
they're
didn't see the
all-
trees
yeah.
last year.
As a member of the tree commission, I still say plant one.
Right in the middle of
That's a great idea.
downtown?
Right there in the potholes. Right there.
And then the roots go and make more potholes, and you
know?
plant more trees.
Just make it a forest.
You know what? How about they do like what Colusa used to do? Put, what was it, on 5th and Market, right in the middle of the street. They had the big hole where they planted the tree right in the middle of town.
Yeah.
Councilman John Troten said that last night, that it used to be one at 7th and E, right in the middle of that
Yes.
intersection.
Oh, really?
there.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Colusa better watch out because
I
I'm
missed
getting
that
big
part.
ideas.
Mhm.
Don't catch me. Okay.
This is not Williams.
Yeah, it's outside his jurisdiction, so you're
Don't
you're
tell
fine.
your friends.
Unless
Do
Josh
not
Fitch
tell your
happens
friends.
to listen to this podcast, then
Josh?
On this week's show, we have Jim Saso, the chief of police from the city of Williams, here to talk about.
What happened to my, oh yeah.
That was mine.
Oh, yeah.
You're here to come and talk about tons of different topics, community crime and safety in the city of Williams. And you said today you're celebrating 31 years.
31 years today, November 21st, 1988.
Wow.
Started my career. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah, it doesn't seem like that long.
That's amazing to be in a job that long.
Oh, today's your work anniversary.
Yeah. Today is my work anniversary.
Man.
So they throw a big
cake,
party,
no
cake,
nothing?
and
I didn't realize it until I was already home from work.
So tomorrow, once I get to work.
What is November 20? Why does that day ring a bell? Then I went and looked at my purse statement and I was like, oh, I know why.
I could leave soon.
Yeah,
so what do we got going on in Williams?
Let's see. So I made an announcement last night that the first week, we'll call it January 1st, we're going to promote a lieutenant for this police department. And Chris Miller, who's currently a sergeant, he's got experience. He was a sergeant with the Marysville Police Department, came to work about 3 or 4 years ago to the city. And
he was the interim chief before they brought you back on.
He did a really good job too. You know, while there was no chief of police, he was kind of the acting chief, and he did a good job. Really an excellent job.
So out of respect to Chris, when I address him, should I call, what would be more distinguishing of a title? Should I call him lieutenant or should I call him immediate past chief?
Let's go with lieutenant.
Okay.
No, immediate past, like you were the head of an organization, right? You're the. So we're excited about that. And it's just one of the many things I think that we have planned for 2020 at the police department. So we're excited. We're moving forward. We're actually full staffed, and it's been for a long
you have
time
a wait list
coming.
too, don't you?
We have a lot of applications.
Yeah.
We're pretty fortunate. Yeah, very fortunate. But we have I've always said we have a really supportive community and a very supportive city council that's always, been fair. And so we're fortunate to have them.
And you guys are growing so much over in Williams with
growing.
all the new businesses.
Yeah, and more planned. So, we'll see what happens in 2020. But there's some word on the street that there's some things coming. And I think CanaHub, they bought 40 acres with an option to buy some more. So that's kind of out there. And then there's looming.
Is Dutch Brothers coming?
I have not
Bring
heard
me
that.
the Dutchie.
I heard something about Dutch
I have
Brothers.
not heard that.
Get that there.
I can't. I can't say that because I'm
get it there.
I'm quite loyal to my Starbucks people.
That's true. You did work for them briefly.
Williams Starbucks.
You were employed by them for a brief period.
Oh, yes, you were in the paper.
I can make you a latte.
Oh, you had coffee with a cop,
Yeah,
weren't
we
you?
did. Yeah, it was a great
that's
event.
right.
He served coffee from a cop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would buy
Actually, you know
that.
what's the hardest part of that?
Putting the lid on.
I walked out there and said, I'll be better next time, because I was just like, you do it out.
Chief of police.
How many did you spill?
Fired from Starbucks because
I
he
was
can't
very,
put a
very
couple lid on a
careful.
cup.
Yeah. So it was kind of crazy.
That
was a great day.
Speaking of that, are you going to continue doing coffee with the cop or
Yes.
hang out at Starbucks with the cop?
I'm there every morning.
You should do that.
From 7:30 to 8ish.
Do you do it on the weekends so kids could go?
You know what? We talked about our next time to do it at a different, not during the day. Maybe if we do it in the evening,
Yes.
or maybe on a weekend. That's a good idea. But to do it to give the community a little bit different opportunity.
Yeah,
To get the
Not able
kids
to
in there
go.
so that way the kids can
Yeah.
see you guys and know you guys
a
around in
good
your
idea.
cars and stuff too.
Yeah,
Be
and we
good
talked
for
about
them.
And all those
talk
working
about that.
stiffs too that can't get off of work.
Yeah.
You know?
Ooh, maybe you
Yeah.
should do it at McDonald's or something. Happy meal with a cop.
Well,
Oh,
we do
that's
want to.
adorable. Oh my goodness.
We do want to spread it out and spread it around a little bit. So
Did you just give yourself a round of applause for your idea?
She built her own pat on the back on the wrapper.
And I don't know if you noticed, but Jim was trying to push through that just now. Like, not such a good idea.
we are going to share. We
Kids
there's
do
plenty of
smell
places
like
to have.
ketchup, yeah.
There's plenty of places to have it there. But
You
the
should do it at
opportunity-
grocery outlet and go shopping with a cop. Yeah.
You could do it during the holidays.
Well, there
You
is
can push around
To be
cards.
clear, that wasn't a real idea. I was just making fun of
No,
Haley.
there's a shop with a cop though, and that's Thursday,
right?
December 5th. So the email I got from Donna Dennis was there was I think 25 children that are going to be given the opportunity to go shop.
It's at the Yuba City Target.
Yuba City Target.
Oh, that's like a holiday thing, huh?
Yeah.
Like
So
foster kids and stuff or something like that.
I really don't know what
The background
how they
is.
draw them. Just for kids that have the opportunity to go, I
They
think
just
it's
see
pretty
some
awesome.
random kid on the street.
Yeah.
You get over here.
Get in. We're going shopping.
You're going shopping.
So that's gonna be good.
No, nobody ever was a Mean Girls reference. No.
I got it.
Haley got it. Of course, you got it.
You guys sit around watching Mean Girls?
Oh, we
Have
watch
you
it all
ever?
the time.
It's such a good movie.
Have you seen it?
I do. I've seen it.
What are you doing this weekend? You like when we're watching Mean Girls?
I think we can. We can do this.
Okay, cool. You in,
I
Jim?
have a projector.
Never seen it.
You've never seen Mean Girl? Okay.
A
Oh,
little
I
story
have a-
about little fun fact about Jim Sasso. I don't watch movies.
What do you mean you don't watch
What?
movies? Everybody watches movies. What do you mean you don't watch movies?
What about projected films on?
Do you watch
Like
documentaries?
old-
Like
I have Netflix and I watch documentaries and I watch a couple little shows here and there.
Also,
I don't
who
watch
pays for a
movies.
Netflix subscription and doesn't watch movies? You don't watch movies?
I don't know how
What's
to
your-
get into it.
what's your favorite documentary?
Let's see. What did I watch? My documentary I watched last. I like a lot of cooking stuff, right? So I watch a lot of cooking shows, and I don't watch. I had some.
That
I
explains why
I had a little minor back surgery a couple years ago, so I got Netflix, and I was like, I'm gonna watch the heck out of this. I didn't watch any of it. I'm still paying my $13 a month. Incorporated in my Comcast, my
You
Xfinity
really
bill.
don't
so-
watch movies though?
No,
That's
No.
weird.
I know.
That's really
I know.
weird.
Check
I
out
know.
Explained. It's weird
Is it?
on,
Like I know
on Netflix.
every single person.
Navarina is like,
we're all
we're
weird
going to
for
the
one
movies,
reason
and I'm
or
like, I'm not going to the
another,
movies, and she's just like, I'll go by myself. I'm like, okay, enjoy that. Because
Do you talk through the whole thing?
no, I just
Yeah.
just weird.
you just can't sit and watch.
have,
a
like,
movie?
You know, he
the
doesn't
imagination,
like fiction.
I don't
That's
have the
why-
imagination to like
like get
goblins
into
and-
it.
I don't watch.
You know,
that
there's
stuff.
other things-
sorcery. I'm
Goblins.
not into any of that.
You don't
stuff.
have to go see Harry Potter or Spider-Man. You can go
Yeah.
see like
I do know the last movie
A
that I watched. It was a
rom-com.
cop movie. It was the end of Watch. So I saw that, and then it doesn't have a really happy ending,
Right.
Or, and then I walk outside, and everybody's sad, and I'm like, no way did that happen.
right.
It's
right.
like, I'm that guy. I'm like, didn't happen that way.
Yeah,
I
I'm that
guarantee
guy
you that
too.
way.
I'm that guy too.
Everybody's like, oh, I'm like, it was not realistic.
Can't believe it.
And then I'll talk about it for like days. Navarina's like, stop already. I'm
She's
like,
all, you're not going to the movies
you're
anymore.
No, not with me anymore.
That's Kent.
So
We'll watch a movie and I have to hear about it for literally a week afterwards.
Like we went and saw Joker, and I couldn't stop talking about it for at least a week.
Oh.
Yes.
At least.
And I'm like, I saw it. I was there. I lived it with you.
Poor thing.
We're done with the movie. Like, stop. Because now I don't ever want to watch it again. I don't want to own it. Don't want to watch it on TV. We're done.
Who owns movies anymore, though? I feel like no one owns movies.
There's people that do.
Yeah.
plenty of
My
people
kids
at
did not
Save
know what a
getting them.
VCR,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
like the actual tape.
Yeah,
Mom,
yeah.
what is this? Can we watch this? I said, oh, that's a movie. Well, can we watch it? I don't even know where to stick that thing.
It's a big cassette tape.
And I'm sure you didn't come on the show to talk about how you don't go to the movies. but-
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. It's a little fun fact.
Sorry.
I've got a few of them.
What else is weird about Jim Sasso?
So Jim, what other stuff you
However
got
you wanna
going
do
on
it.
there in Williams?
Let's see. Well, my facial hair, which is not really common for the police department, but from November 1st to the 30th, I made a special order that we could grow facial hair. And so we're doing it in
No
for
shave
no shave in
November.
November. We're just keeping it at a goatee. We're not getting all crazy. There's guys
Yeah,
with
the full
motorhead
beard, yes.
stuff going on. We're not doing that.
Last week, I saw you from a distance at the casino. And I have to say,
You didn't recognize me. You had
I-
no
one,
idea who I was.
didn't
Yeah.
recognize you.
No.
And two,
You had no
you were
idea.
far enough away that I thought you were doing the Movember, which is the mustache November.
Oh, I know.
Because from far away, it looks like it was just a mustache.
Because it's gray.
Because it's
Everything.
so
Oh,
gray
he
on the
had to
bottom.
point that out.
I was getting my just from Ed.
I like a little salt and pepper.
There's
You
like
gotta use,
there's
touch
10 days
gray.
left in the month,
Touch
right? So I can do that. Yeah. So we're doing that. So collectively, we people do those things for men's health to do something to recognize men's health, but
Awareness.
awareness.
Yeah.
But at the police department, we decided that we were going to do something a little different, and so we're going to donate. Everybody's going to donate $25. Who's participating, and even the city administrator's in it.
Mhm.
Because he's his own boss, he could draw. He's got the beard.
He's
he
got
saw
the
last
full
night.
beard
Yep.
going.
But so we're gonna donate to Wreaths Across America, And so
Is that why you're here? Was this planned?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of was like, I'm coming.
I feel like our producer should give us memos about things like this. We're not surprised on air about it.
Because we get off on other topics when we meet.
Yay.
So we're gonna do it in memory of, and I talked to Gloria Estrada, who's a Gold Star mom, and so I asked her permission if we could donate on behalf of boy Ruben Lopez, who those may and may not know, but he was killed in action on August 11th, 2011. And he's a Williams kid, and I remember him from when he was younger, and he worked at the Chevron and just around, and his mom's a fantastic lady.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we're going to donate in his memory for
I
Raise a
love
Cousin
all of
Mary.
it. I
So,
love the beards. I love the donation. I
Yeah.
love her.
Yeah.
I need to get in touch with her for Reefs Across America for my ceremony. So
yeah.
if you're out there, come see me. I need to talk to you.
Yeah, she's great. So, I'm proud of our people. That's something that kind of came up, and so that's what we're going to do. So that's, and then December 1st, we're all going to shave.
Right.
You have like a big shaving party.
Maybe.
Oh, that'd be so cool.
One of the city councilman was in the office the other day, so I'm getting
Facebook
everybody
Live it?
razors for Christmas.
Are you gonna Facebook Live your shaving party from the evidence locker or something? Or
The Dollar Shave Men's Club. Everybody gets their own
I
subscription.
had to go buy one of those. It was like I seen on TV, one of those solo men's shavers things, just to trim up my beard. I was like, okay, this already cost me
How do I
money.
do this?
They're like running. I'm like, okay,
Manscaped.
it's got like 3 different guards
Settings
on it.
and
I was
stuff.
like,
You're
okay,
like, I
that's
don't
too
know.
long. I don't want to go too short. So
the whole point is to not shave, Jim.
I know.
You're supposed to just let it go. Like
I know, but I wrote the email. I said, nicely trimmed. So there we are. So I really, it's kind of grown on me. I think if we could do this all the time,
There you go.
police departments are changing, philosophies are changing, but
So I like my beard.
I do like it.
I think I'm gonna
I
keep
will admit
it.
it does compliment you well. So
except you just
Yeah.
recognize me and I'm hurt.
But now that I'm used to it, and so here's the thing: if you shave it off, I also won't recognize you again.
That's true.
I know.
Like,
then
I've
you
had
look like a
friends who-
baby.
They shave their mustache off, just a mustache. They shave it off, and you have no idea who they are.
Even you, it's hard to
Oh, I
I know.
couldn't
Him is hard,
imagine.
huh?
I don't want to talk about it.
Yep.
Yeah.
My tiny upper lip.
Do you have anything else on your
Oh,
Let's
let's see. One thing we're going to start, kind of exciting, I think, and it came from our employees. They came to me with a proposal to start what we're going to call a community action team. So it's really kind of community-based policing, community policing. We're going to have a couple officers who really focus on just different things, whether they're special events, they'll be out and representing the police department, but also if there's some sort of directed enforcement or patrol, they're also going to do that. So these guys are going to do that, in addition to their patrol duties, but it's going to be called a community action team. So they're going to be more visible, both on the patrol side for some directed enforcement, and also you'll see them at some different events throughout the county, just representing the police department. So we're pretty excited about that. Let's see.
Who's heading that up, or who's participating in that?
Sergeant Adam Russer is the community action team, or the CAT team. He's the CAT leader. I don't want to dismiss. He's the community action team leader. He came.
Top cat.
He wrote a proposal that was really well written and sold me, and I'm kind of excited to see. We'll give it a little test run and see how it goes. But there's some people that work for us that live in the community, that have some investment in the community. So they want to go out and give back, and they want to go out and actually do some police work as well.
Oh, it's like community members.
No, they're police officers.
Oh, okay.
But they're going to just call the community action team.
Got it.
So they'll be, it's just like a community policing tool where they're actually doing some directed community policing. So we're excited about that. And we might actually start doing a little bit of patrol during the holiday season. There's a lot of people out there,
Getting tipsy.
Well, that I was actually thinking about
Putting stuff in their Yetis.
I was thinking about people what do they call them, porch pirates, people go out and stealing stuff that are direct.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of theft going on. This time of year. If so, we may be out doing a little bit more directed patrol. I also have that with the holidays coming up. That's another reason. Christmas parties, holiday gatherings. A lot of people out maybe enjoying themselves a little too much. First I'll just say don't, call a cab, call a family member, call a friend, but don't get behind the wheel and drink and drive. And, you will get caught or something even worse than that could happen. And so, that's going to be my message today is, don't drink and drive. Holiday seasons, there's a lot of patrols out, Highway Patrol, Colusa PD, Williams PD, the Sheriff's Office, everybody's active. Everybody's looking for those things. So, and then slow down too. A lot of parades and the Christmas stroll we kind of talked about. There's a lot of kids out this time of year, so I just, anytime, just slow down a little bit.
So we have Reads Across America coming on.
Reads across America.
God bless the USA.
Where is that coming from?
You made a sound bit.
I made a sound bit of that just for this episode.
You've been waiting since 7 o'clock to do that.
My fingers hovered over that.
One of my board members sang that for us last time.
Sang that lovely tune for us when she was on with Danielle in August.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
She works with your mom, right?
Yeah.
So the Veterans Barbecue Association donated a good chunk of money for some reeves.
I love them so very much. The Colusa Veterans Barbecue donated $1,000 to Reefs Across America. These guys
That's a lot of reads.
Help me out with anything that I need. I love our Colusa local
Does their
veterans.
donation apply to the stand down deal too?
Yes, for every 2 reefs purchased, the stand down station, they give an extra reef. So
Wow.
Do they do a stand down here in the Colusa County?
no, we operate through the Yuba City one.
Okay.
Well, not me, but
So
Don
they-
Parsons.
They basically donated 100 reads. Because,
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yes. And so this is Colusa Cemetery's first year doing Reefs Across America. Like a couple years ago, our guys came out for Memorial Day and they were doing their ceremony and it was in a puddle of mud. And I didn't like it. So I went and got a memorial rock and I got a poem that mirrors the Arlington Cemetery on there. And so I just kind of was like, well, now that we got the rock, let's go ahead and do the ceremony too.
Mhm.
And so got involved with Don Parsons and they helped me become the coordinator for Colusa. And we're only currently doing Colusa Cemetery. However, if you come and purchase some reefs, from my cemetery or through me, then if you come the day of the ceremony, you can take your reef and take it to the other cemetery if you have a loved one there. I don't mind that at all. But the reefs need to be purchased by November 26th because our office is going to be closed
So that's
on
what? Wednesday?
Yes.
Tuesday?
Tuesday. Because
Tuesday.
our office,
Yeah.
but
Next paper's 27.
however, we do have a locking mailbox up front. And if you do have checks, you could put them inside of the locking mailbox. I will go and check on Friday and Saturday, and then I could take them over to the stand down station. So
Okay.
So if you want to come and see me, do it by Tuesday, and they are $15 a piece.
And you guys had a goal this year, 400 reads, you said?
Yeah, I wanted to do, we have 730 veterans in just our cemetery. And that's not
Wow.
including the Catholic cemetery. That's just the one that I'm at. And I wanted to do at least half. So I wanted to do about 400. We've met that goal.
I was just
Wow.
going to ask you where you're at.
We have met that goal. We have some extra wonderful people in the community that are donating. I believe Dos Rios is also going to be giving us quite a big donation. And Lloyd, you're always very generous with advertising for us. So we thank you.
Thanks.
And then the Novembeards.
Yeah, the Williams Police Department's going to
Yeah.
donate too. So.
We would love to have you guys out too. We're having a huge Reefs Across America Day ceremony on December 14th, the same day as your Lights Festival. And that is at 9:00 in the morning. And it's going to be kind of cool. It's going to be our first little ceremony. So the VFW and all of the local Colusa veterans are going to come and help us and come and grab a reef and put one down on a veteran and remember and honor and teach your kids.
Yeah, I was at the Wreaths Across America website today, and it does come. Colusa Cemetery does come up now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's pretty nice, and it's got the history, and it's well done. It's pretty informative, and it's a nice thing.
You could even go on our webpage now, the Colusa Cemetery District webpage, and we have a link there where you can even donate online if people wanted to. So,
but they have to have their donations in by November.
Try and have them in by November 26th. Yes, because there's a girl.
But if they do it online,
if you do it online, you can have them in by the end of the month. And what is it?
November 30th is a Saturday.
Yeah, 30 days this month.
Yep. So as long as they have their online ones done by November 30th, they can still get their wreaths and whatnot.
And if you don't make the donation, if you want to come out and take part in the ceremony, please do. The more people that come, these veterans that we have, they love to see community support. They're also having a Pearl Harbor Day on December 5th, a ceremony down at the park. And they have, I think last year they only had like 10 people show up.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah, so they really do quite a bit. I told them, you guys really need to start advertising a bit better. So we're going to help them with that.
Yeah, the last Friday night at the Colusa playoff football game, VFW came out and
they had all the flags.
Yeah, so every varsity football player took a flag out that came from both sides of the field, met in the middle, and then
they had them on the poles and everything. Yeah.
I saw a video.
Yeah, it was really nice. And those guys come out to every home game, and they're all great guys.
Yeah,
and,
the Pearl Harbor Day, December 7th at 10 a.m. there at Veterans Memorial Park.
Yeah.
I think that's generally why there's a lower turnout, because it's usually during
the holidays.
Work week. I don't believe it's a holiday off for most people. And so at 10 o'clock in the morning, most people are generally working, but this is on a Saturday this year. So hopefully that'll bring some people out. And
yeah.
Normally this is the part of the show where I say the weekend happenings, but there's really and truly not much going on.
Nothing happening this weekend? Oh, there's got to be something.
Well,
Thanksgiving Eve.
For Thanksgiving Eve. Well, that's it. Most of the time, everybody's preparing for Thanksgiving. But one thing to note, this Sunday, November 24th, 9 a.m. to about 12:30 p.m., the Colusa Blood Drive will be held at the Knights of Columbus Parish Hall. That's at 335 Oak Street in Colusa.
Go give them your blood.
Yeah, that's the time of the year to give, and so, hey, you can save a life by giving blood.
Is this Saturday, the 23rd?
Yes.
There is an event in Williams at Town Square. The Junior Bears are doing a event to support their cheerleaders this weekend from 9 to 4. And so there'll be a lot of traffic, probably a lot of cars, probably a lot of younger people walking around. So be careful. But yeah, that's going to be out in Williams on Saturday. And I think that's the only thing we have going on in town Saturday.
With Thanksgiving coming around the corner, next week's show, we are going to be doing a hopefully it works out, live show on Wednesday. We're going to be live on Facebook doing a special recording. What? Yes, we are.
Oh.
Yeah. So we're going to be live out at Old Time Christmas.
We're doing the dry run.
So I got to make sure that all the equipment
we're doing the soft opening.
So watch for that. It's going to be on Wednesday. And then that show, if you missed the live show, will be replayed as normal as a podcast on Friday.
So is this technically our last studio
with guests
for the season?
For the season.
Aww.
Wow.
Are we having guests next week?
Not
or are we just going to do a little?
We might have a special guest, but I'm not quite sure.
I thought I heard we might have a special guest.
Yeah, I'm still waiting for a reply on that.
Man.
Thank you, Jim, Cathy, and Danielle for joining us. Thank you, everybody, for listening.
Thank you.
And until then, see
out,
you
Colusa.
In the next one. This has been a Pioneer Review podcast production.